What's up, guys? Before we jump into this video, I just wanted to give you a little quick update that Spider-Man 4 is on its way. So don't worry, there's just a lot of visual effects we're trying to work out. So keep the hype up. We might have another trailer come out before the movie comes out. Not quite sure yet, but just wanted to let you know. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. What's up, guys? Charlie Q here, and we are going to be talking about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and the potential characters and cameos that might pop up in this film. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this. So, the first one I want to bring up is Ghost Rider, played by Nicolas Cage, and I have heard from an inside source that we have, the web-headed leaker, that he might have the potential to show up in this film. We've heard like rumors about him being on set. Maybe he was just visiting, but I don't know. It would be pretty great to see him pop up. Next up, we have Daredevil and Elektra. So we've also heard from the same source, the web-headed leaker, that we are going to possibly see Ben Affleck show back up in Don the Red Horns again. And honestly, I'm pretty excited. I hope to see him show up again. Elektra's pretty great too, but yeah, it would be pretty amazing to see them both pop up again. But yeah, honestly, kind of hope this one happens. This next one's a really big one, and that is the Fantastic Four from the original 2005 film and its sequel, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I hope they show up. We've heard countless rumors about them showing up in this film. And, you know, just imagining the theater after Doctor Strange opens up a portal and the four of them come through, and you get that, you know, we'll get that silly moment with Doctor Strange seeing Chris Evans again as Johnny Storm and being like, you look familiar. Something like that, you know, would be pretty great. And to see a practical thing suit again would be pretty stellar. And honestly, probably one of the highlights of the film if it happens. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. Next up on our list is Hulk from the 2003 Ang Lee film, starring Eric Bana as the Hulk. And for real, I think this would be like a no-brainer if you're going to bring all these cameos in. This would be a no-brainer to put in the film, because, I mean, Hulk is just, he's a superhero icon, right? And to have this iconic version of such an iconic character show up in this film would probably, like, bump it up a few points for even the biggest of naysayers of Multiverse of Madness. So, you know, I'm keeping my hopes up for him showing up. You know, green is probably my favorite color. I would love to see Hulk show up. And on a little side note, I've heard speculation, or maybe it's fans just like coming up with fun ideas, but talking about having all three Hulks show up in a film together. And yeah, let's get on that, guys. Next up on our list is Blade, the Wesley Snipes version. He is, like, again, a no-brainer to put in here if you're doing all these cameos. He is just so good as Blade, and to see him show up again, maybe kick some vampire butt, would just make me squeal. And I know I've told a bunch of people about this, and they're a little bit hesitant to believe it, but I don't know, given what the MCU's been doing recently, it really wouldn't be all that surprising if he showed up in this film. I mean, he was Blade for 3 whole movies. I think he deserves to be in this movie. I mean, think about it. Blade struck a note with critics and audiences and spawned 2 whole sequels. And it gave superhero movies a boost in reputation. Like, I don't know, it would just be something else if he showed up. And honestly, maybe a good, like, way to set up the new Blade film coming out for the MCU. Now, this next one's a little bit low-key, but no pun intended with Loki, our favorite god of mischief. But, yeah, I've only heard a few people talk about this, including our source, the Web-Headed Leaker, that Nick Fury, the David Hasselhoff version, might show up in this. Just, I don't know. This one's a little tough to believe. Hasselhoff, I don't know if he's down to do this. Nobody really knows that much about his version of Nick Fury, but kind of all the more reason to bring him in, because he's kind of great casting for it. I don't know. Yeah, he just looks the part, he acts the part, and it'd be pretty cool to see him kick butt. Even if his cameo was just like, I don't know, a picture of him on a desk or something, just to know he's out there would kind of be awesome. And yeah, I don't know. That's something, if you guys hear anything else about that, drop it in the comments, let me know, because I would love to learn a little bit more information about some of these leaks. Also, in relation to David Hasselhoff, the fact that he's made cameos in other MCU films before is it's kind of a good sign that he might show up again. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty great. So coming in on our next spot here is the Punisher. Honestly, all 3 Punishers may show up. I don't know. Like, the Netflix one is obviously in the MCU. That's MCU Punisher. But the 3 other versions of Punisher, I don't know. It's something to keep an eye on. To see him don the skull again would be pretty great. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, imagine portal opens, Dolph Lundgren comes out, right? And then Thomas Jane shows up, and then Ray Stevens shows up, and they all have their skulls on. That would just be really cool, guys. Now, this one's kind of a joke to put in. I'm just kind of doing it for fun, but it would be kind of cool to see George Lucas's version of Howard the Duck show up in this film. I know it's a big joke because that movie sucks. That movie is so bad. It's really terrible, but it would be really interesting to see that version of Howard the Duck kind of pop up. And I know we've already seen an MCU Howard the Duck, but all the more reason to bring George's vision back. And I don't know, maybe give him a little bit of a redemption arc. And to also bring up the fact that this is another character who's shown up in Guardians of the Galaxy, like David Hasselhoff. Sure, it's not this version of Howard, but I don't know. We might see him. To have an animatronic Howard the Duck show up again, too, would be pretty cool. And honestly, pretty old school. Now, here's one that would kind of be amazing to see. And that's Captain America. And you're probably thinking, like, what do you mean, Captain America? Like, there's the original Captain America MCU movie. He's only been in the MCU. No, there are a ton of Captain America movies from before the MCU. And one of them being from the 90s. And it's not the best, but to see him show up would be really fun. I definitely would love to see him show up. I can't remember the actor's name who played him, but he was actually pretty good. He was actually pretty good casting. I think just the writing kind of suffered in that movie. And sure, you have the 70s version of Captain America with the motorcycle helmet, but I don't think we're going to see that because it's just too goofy, and that actor's probably way too old now, and we're probably just not going to see it. But it would be so fun and so cool to have the 90s Captain America take a little bit of the spotlight. And as well as the, maybe a little nod could be played to the 1940s TV serials of Captain America. Again, obviously you can't get that actor back, but it would be pretty amazing to have a little nod to it. Like maybe somebody's watching it on the TV or something. Like that's in our universe or something. I don't know, just something to think about. Now this next one is a little bit more or less confirmed, but Deadpool. Like, how amazing would it be to have Deadpool show up? Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. And just to lump them all in because they're all a part of the same franchise, any of the X-Men to show up would be incredible. I would love for Cyclops to show up from the original trilogy. He was probably my favorite character out of all 3 of those movies, and to have him show up again would be Like, oh my god, it would just make me so happy. But Deadpool showing up would be awesome. You know, Wolverine, of course. And we might even get Professor X. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, here it is, guys. Number one, the biggest cameo I would love to see in this movie. Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. It's a big Sam Raimi reunion. Spider-Man, Sam Raimi loves it. Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi loves him. It's a no-brainer. He has to be in this movie, guys. To have Tobey show up right after No Way Home, for one, probably would make him so happy. Two, it would make us so happy. And, I mean, what else do you need? That's it. Like, that's it. That's, like, the perfect person to bring back. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Who do you want to see show up in this movie as a little cameo? Drop a comment down below and let me know. This has been Charlie Q, and I'll see you in the next one. What's up, guys? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more great videos like these. And we'll see you in the next one. Mirror Brothers, out.
Time to pay the piper.